In this video, I'm going to show you how I make one of Spain's most iconic dishes. But at the end of this video, we're going to let strangers taste it and let us know if it's good or bad. So for my own version of paella, we have three main components. We're gonna start with our base, which is the chicken paella. And I wanted something cold and creamy to contrast the paella, so I'm gonna make an almond aioli. And to balance everything out, we have something sweet and jammy, which is a charred green onion jam with balsamic. We're gonna start with our green onion jam because that's gonna take the longest to cook down. The reason why I wanted to make a jam is because I think paella could be a little bit heavy and I wanted something sweet to balance everything out. So with the intensity of the rice and the sweetness of this jam right here, it's going to be a lot lighter and a lot, I don't want to say better, but a different dish. The original idea was to use leeks instead of green onions because they're cheaper. They're also, taste around the same. If you hired a chef and they don't own this, they're an amateur. I'm gonna char them. The reason why I'm charring is because it's gonna add a depth of flavor. We have our charred green onions right here. They smell amazing. It's going to add a lot of flavor, a lot of a bitterness. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roughly chop them. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now that we cut this up, I'm gonna grab my pan, which I have heated a good amount of oil in here. This is really extremely hot, okay? Carefully drop these in. We're cooking it down a little more just to make them melt so that it has that jammy consistency that we want. Okay, so we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of brown sugar, and what this is going to do is it's gonna add a really nice jammy texture that we want. So I'm gonna add about 5 cloves of garlic to this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slowly cook this until it's all melted together and it's softened. So while this is cooking, since it's gonna take some time, we're gonna start making the paella. I'm gonna try to keep the paella base as authentic as possible. So that is why we have our chicken thighs right in front of us. I like the skin on my chicken because it adds a really nice flavor from the fat. Do not go get a chicken breast because your paella is just gonna be super dry, okay? We do not want that. Boneless, skin on, cut chicken thighs. And I have my preheated pan right here. I'm just gonna slowly drop these in, skin side down. Once the chicken is nicely caramelized, we're gonna flip them. With the fat side, once you cook that out, all the fat releases, and basically we're cooking the chicken in that fat, and that's gonna make it a lot more flavorful, and the chicken's gonna be a lot crispier. So I cooked my chicken thighs and then set it aside. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get the same pan. As you can see, this pan has all the good bits and bits of this chicken. So that is going to add such a good flavor. I have my red pepper right here. We're gonna go in. Onion. A little bit of garlic as well. So I'm gonna put this back on the stove and then cook it until it's softened. This mixture is called a sofrito. That is basically the base of Spanish and Latin cooking. In French cooking, for example, a base of the French cooking would be mirepoix, which is carrots, celery, and onions. In this case, we have red peppers, onions, garlic, and we're gonna add a paprika, and also blend some tomatoes. And then once my onions are softened, I'm just gonna add them in as well. So we have our blended tomatoes. I'm gonna check my onions real quick. I'm gonna hit it with salt right now, and what salt's gonna do is it's going to get all the juice out of the vegetables, and it's going to help it soften a touch more oil just to fasten the process. It needs a little bit more softening, but what I wanna do is I wanna go in with my tomato paste first. we want to caramelize this tomato paste for a little bit. And what caramelization is going to do is it's going to deepen the flavor of this tomato.
Poor man's saffron.
I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. The only seasoning paella has is paprika, but a real paprika. We want a little bit of that sweet flavor from the spice. I'm just gonna do a little bit of that spice. That's gonna go a long way. Okay, now that the color of the tomato paste has changed a little bit, we can go in with our tomato sauce. Blended my own is because it's going to be a lot sweeter and it's gonna taste more fresh. You know what I mean? We're looking for a paste texture. I just wanna like cook down all the water. So once you do that, it's going to deepen the flavor a lot more. Our sofrito is ready. As you can see, this is in its like paste form and not like a sauteed vegetable. You know what I mean? This is a bomba rice. You do not wash this rice. In this case, we want the starch because that starch is going to create a saucy texture. Traditionally, you get the broth first and then you basically sprinkle on the rice. But I wanna kind of toast it a little bit with our chicken right here. This is why I didn't add any seasoning in my chicken, because now we're gonna coat all this good flavor, okay? The rice is coated, the chicken is coated. We're gonna toast this for about like 2-3 minutes. And I'm gonna show you, while this is toasting, I'm gonna show you what I did with the broth. My broth, warm broth, is always important with risotto, with paella, because if you use a cold stock and just pour it in, it's gonna take longer for the rice to cook, okay? So we want warm. So what this is, poor man's saffron. It's very expensive, very hard to find. So people, I don't know who, came up with this safflower. It's going to give that yellow, bright yellow color that we want. So with paella, unlike any risotto dish where chefs just like try to like stir as much as they can, right? We do not touch the rice. So before you pour the broth, you gotta make sure that the rice is all good and even. Slowly. And then what's gonna happen is the chicken, we seared it off, but it's gonna cook even a little bit further since chicken thigh is like hard to cook, right? Swirl it around, make sure that it's all even and all good to go. And then I'm gonna let this boil in medium to high heat. And then once it starts boiling, I'm gonna let it, like turn it down to low to medium heat and then let it cook for about 15-20-ish more minutes. We have our last component, which is the almond aioli. So let's get started. I just dropped some like egg yolks in there. Egg yolk, sometimes mustard, oil, lemon. And the reason why I wanted to do almonds is because I don't know if you've ever heard of ajo blanco, which is a Spanish sauce that is made from toasted or not toasted almonds, okay? But I wanted something more like thick that can like stay on top of rice without being sloppy. So we're gonna start with egg yolk and mustard. What mustard's gonna do is it's gonna bind everything together, okay? Once that is blended, I'm gonna add about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, salt, and then we can go in with our almonds. We're just gonna add a really nice, toasty, nutty, bitter flavor. And then we're gonna add a bit of lemon zest. And this is gonna add a really nice flavor. Lemon juice. And then blend this all up. Once you have kind of like that almond pasty texture, amazing. We're gonna slowly drizzle our oil. So the oil is gonna be split from the content, all the ingredients that we added in here. So that's why we gotta go slow, low and slow. Okay, look at how thick this is. That's the exact consistency you want, and it is incredibly smooth. It's basically like mayo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like put it in the fridge. This needs to be very, very cold. And the reason is because our paella and our jam, they're like warm and hot, right? And when we're cooking, we want contrast, flavor-wise, texture-wise, and also temperature-wise. While this is cooling down, we're gonna finish up our onion jam. This is how our onion jam is looking. As you can see, it's incredibly caramelized and it's very jammy. You see this excess like oil? I'm just gonna like not discard it, but I'm gonna just put it aside back into this. I'm gonna add a touch of balsamic vinegar because it's very much of an intense flavor right now and it's very caramelly and sweet and heavy. You see these garlic, like whole garlic. So basically just take them and smash them, okay? So I'm gonna put this in a container and let it cool as well. So while both of my sauces are cooling down, we're gonna check our paella, okay? Our paella is looking super pretty. As you can see from the edges, it's all caramelized. The bottom is all caramelized. We want the bottom to be caramelized because that bottom is called a socarat. In Spanish, that means like a char, burnt. That's what makes the paella very unique and an incredible dish. I have all my garnishes right here and my sauces. Before I plate all of this, we're gonna go out, find some strangers, and let them decide if this paella is good or not. So we just got here, everything is plated, so let's go find some people. So let's see who the first lucky person is. The first bite. I haven't even tasted the food. I feel like people are busy right now. I don't want them to like get all food in their hands. Why is everyone eating right now? Eat my food. I'm too scared. I'm shy. Hi, I have a quick question. Do you guys have any allergies?
Penicillin.
Oh. Hi guys, I'm a private chef. I run a private chef YouTube channel. Do you guys want to try some free food from a private chef? Good? Yes? I can't tell you what it is before you guys try.
Don't ask, I don't know.
There you go. You guys have to describe and rate it 1 through 10. Yes. A big bite. With the sauce and stuff, yeah, with the jam and sauce and stuff, yeah. So it is interesting, but it's a little hard to like. I guess maybe it would be easier with a fork, huh? There you go.
That's really good.
Really?
Really, really good.
Yeah, thank you.
But it's pretty fire.
It's delicious.
It's really good.
Does it remind you of anything? Like, what do you think the cuisine is, or?
It's similar to like a paella. Like,
Yes.
like
You've ever had paella before? Yeah? What would you rate it? 1 through 10. 10?
maybe a 9.5.
9.5?
I still think I'll give it a 9.
A 9?
I'll get like 8.5.
I would say probably like an 8.5, 9.
It's past 10.
It's past 10?
Oh, past 10. Oh.
At least, because I like the kind of salty and sweet.
Uh-huh.
At least a 9.
Okay.
It was great.
What would make it a 10 from 9?
I think it was like, I like things a little saltier, but yeah.
Okay. That's the good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very salt.
Okay.
For my team.
I feel like the jam to me was like very sweet. It
a little too.
Okay, so you want a little bit more salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
I thought it was a little salty, but very good.
Really?
Oh,
That's
it's
so interesting.
Because I don't put enough.
We always have the argument.
Ah, okay.
But I liked all the different flavors they really blended well
Yeah.
together.
I'm a big meat guy. More meat.
More protein.
Yeah. I like.
Yes.
I,
There's some
that-
shrimp in there.
Yes,
I
yes,
like-
yes, yes, yes,
That,
yes.
That's the only thing for me that like. But I love the flavor. Was,
Yes.
was awesome.
I'm from Louisiana, so I got like a little Cajun seasoning. But I mean, it's just like a completely different, like
So you wanted a little bit of like heat?
maybe a little bit, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because it's not very spicy, so that makes sense. Yeah. What do you
Other than that, I
think?
think it's great.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I would order it.
Yeah, I definitely.
You would?
order
Okay,
it.
okay, perfect.
Probably just a little less.
Sweet.
I would say.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's a good.
I
That's a
think
good.
it's really
Yeah,
good.
that's a good feedback.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
course.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for participating.
Big fan of the mint.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
That's a
Kind
great
of thing.
blend.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we just finished up. We talked to about like 10 people and everyone rated around 9, which is perfect because I've never had paella. I've never made paella in my life. And this was my first time and looks like everyone loved it. But obviously, I made it a little too much, but this is gonna be for us. So on YouTube, most food looks good, but I just proved that mine tastes good too. So if you like this video, check this one out right now.